Hey everybody, John here from No Joke NHL. I'm here with a special report. I wanted to talk about playing totals in the playoffs, especially here in this second round. As you notice, once the playoffs started, the books have predominantly lined most games at 5. And of course, this generally what happens, they line the game at 5. If it looks like a likely over, they will heavily juice the over, sometimes making you lay as much as minus 150, minus 130, etc. Same thing with the under. A likely under, they will line games as high as 150 to the under. And a lot of people that I know and respect and know are good handicappers are doing their handicapping and coming up with the evaluation that this is a likely under game, etc. And you can't fault your handicapping for doing that. That's how you try to find an edge. But then the second part of that equation is when you actually go to the window and try to cash on this perceived edge that you've brought in. And if you perceive the game is going to be under, and the book asks you to lay minus 150 to prove that you're right, you're absolutely correct. The simple math is that you have to have you need to be more than 60% sure that your pick is absolutely correct. And over the long term, in order not to lose, you're going to have to keep picking winners at that same clip of 60% or better. At 60%, you're just breaking even. You're pushing on the season, and anything above that, you're profit. Anything below that, and of course, the book's getting the best of you. So, the thing is that these totals, when they keep it at 5, it's a book's paradise because they don't care that the game lands on 5. Okay, this isn't the Super Bowl. This isn't like their whole season is dictated by how much action they have on the total in the New Jersey Philadelphia game. This isn't the Super Bowl, so they put it at a safe number. And if it weren't for books doing these alternative lines, hockey in the playoffs would be almost non-bettable. Okay, I mean if you had to just go with a money line play with no puck lines, no minus half goals in regulations, draws, and the other props that have hit the scene. If you had to just lay straight, pick a winner on the money line just like baseball and an over/under total, like I said, it would be unbettable. And so in the playoffs, you really have to pick and choose your spots, and you really have to capitalize on those scenarios and understand how these numbers go. So basically, my opinion is that these numbers of 5 and or 6, and or in the case of the Flyers Pittsburgh, the number 7, these are kind of safe havens for the books. They're not going to really do the player much good. Okay, if you're laying a flat number, then basically you're kind of playing part of your profit and or juice that you're paying is the comfort of not losing. Okay, it's like buying insurance in blackjack. And most people that professional blackjack players will tell you don't purchase insurance. It's just kind of a sucker thing to put out there just so you don't lose. Oh boy, the dealer out of blackjack. What am I going to do? Well, you're going to play another hand, okay? Because that's just the way the game goes. So the same thing here. I don't sit on these safe haven numbers. I'll give you an example from the Sunday game in New Jersey. We were on over 5.5 at plus 130. Very generous for the style that these two teams play. We talked about that in the other videos. So we were on over 5.5 plus 130. Okay, so that means we need a 6th goal for us to cash that bet. Now, with the alternate lines, we could have laid, we could have gotten different numbers. You could have laid on over 6 at plus 170. Okay, a better payout than the over 5.5 at plus 130. But let's talk about that for a minute. If you're playing the over 5.5 at plus 130 and it actually lands on that 6th goal, you cash the other bet. Okay, but now you're sitting on that 6 with less juice than you possibly could have had, and you still need that 7th goal for you to cash your ticket. You're not going to lose that ticket, but you're not going to win either unless that 7th goal comes in. So what I did in that play is I skipped over the 5.5 and I went to the 6.5, which was actually plus 200, and actually the way the scenario worked out, it was like 2 holes in one right there. I mean, the score was 3-2 Flyers. The Devils scored the 6th goal to make it 3-3, which gives us the win at over 5.5, and the tie right there at 3-3 guaranteed us that we were going to have to break that tie for that 7th goal. So stopping on that 6 would have just been foolhardy. We would have given up 30 cents of profit for that. Now, don't get me wrong, if it never goes over that, of course, we don't cash that ticket. But that's the chance you take. And like I said, at 2-1, I think that's a risk worth taking. When you get to that stage, you're at the sixth goal. And even if it was 4-2 Devils, you're at that sixth goal. The bottom line is that you're still hoping for that seventh goal. So why settle for less? Just sitting there, going hope. I mean, obviously, right? If you're sitting there, you're not going, oh, great, I got this push today, locked up. No, you're actually cheering for that seventh goal. So just play for it, and trust me, the rewards are going to be there. Each unit that you bring back in, you risk. Everybody knows my style so far, or by now, that I'm all about laying plus money, taking big puck lines and things like that. Because when you lose, you only lose one unit. You take one step backwards. When you win, like in this case, on this thing, we risked 2 units, but we cashed 3.3 units on that over. So we risked 2 units. If they both would have lost, we would have lost 2 units. But because we won, we were able to add 3.3 units into our thing. Or if you want to look at it like a carnival ride, we got 3.3 free spins for later on. So set your unit and play that way. Like I said, if you're laying minus 150, then you lost 1.5 units on the total in one play. 2 plays like that, and you squashed that excellent afternoon that we had on Sunday. Okay, so like I said, your handicapping can take you there. So my advice would be, if your handicapping takes you to a solid under, and then the book is asking you to lay minus 150, it's the same thing in a horse race. There are odds that you just have to back off, even though you feel your horse is the strongest. Same thing here. You're just going to have to back off. That's the best advice, because a bad bet not made is actually a winning bet. Okay, so let me know what you think. Be nice about it if you disagree with me, but frankly, the math is pretty convincing. When you break it down and look at it. So stop playing around these safe havens of 5, 6, and/or 7. We're not going to see another 7. That was almost unheard of. But stop playing the safe haven of these numbers and get with a book that has alternate lines, or like I said, just keep your money in your pocket and. Treat people to shots of tequila or something. I guarantee you're going to have a much better time than going, no, we didn't get that 5th goal. We ended up pushing again. Okay, because when you push, you don't win. You don't lose, but you don't win either. And everybody gets action on sports so that they can win their bets. And that's certainly the main reason why I got into this. So I will talk to you guys soon. Follow me on No Joke NHL at Twitter. Let me know what you think of these videos and what you think about my strategy, because basically that's how people learn. We share information. I don't have beliefs. I only have ideas, because ideas can change with different information. So by all means, give me any information that you have, and we'll have a grown-up discussion about it, and hopefully we'll all be for the better. Thanks.